Here it is, Beyond Detox. This appears 3 times if you happen to be on the 3-day juicy detox. Great as a standalone juice as well. Good reason why it appears every single day during the 3-day juice challenge. Not only is it loaded with the nutrients that you'd expect from any live juice, but I've also included, of course, the essential fatty acids, the natural appetite suppressant, if you will. Essential because you're only living on juice and nothing but juice for 3 whole days. Here's what you're gonna need. Great, like I said, as a standalone juice anyway. 3 beautiful apples, any kind of apples you like. I tend to go for Golden Delicious. I just like the flavor, the subtle flavor that they give. I also like the color that it produces because I believe when it comes to juicing, aesthetics are just as important. Sometimes they say we eat with our eyes. In this case, we tend to drink with our eyes. You can use other apples, Pink Ladies, Cox's. If you use something like English Cox's apples in season, a lot of people choose to do that. They're very easy to find in season, organic, but they give off a kind of a dirt-looking juice. So just bear that in mind. It'd be wonderful for you, but you're going to look at it and think that looks a little bit like mud. So just be careful. So that's why I choose these kind of apples. Granny Smith's green, you might think they're going to be the same. They're very tart. They will change the entire flavor of the juice. But if you like a tart juice, then go ahead with that. Happy days. Large handful of spinach, or spinace, as they say in wonderful Italy. You need some cucumber. It says about 1 inch of cucumber, you know, and a lot of people are saying, Jace, do I have to have that many apples? Don't be scared of apples. As I keep saying, there's nothing wrong with it. You need the soluble fiber. If you wanted to discard one of the apples and increase the cucumber, then feel free to do that. You're not going to spoil the recipe at all, and you may choose to do that. With the beetroot, again, you don't need this amount, all right? This beetroot is one of the powerhouses of nutrition, but it must be raw. But it's one of the finest live juice, superfoods, if you will, or super juices that you can have. About 1 inch, but again, it's hard to judge, isn't it? Because you go, well, what does 1 inch, what does it mean? Because it's round and you get big bulbs and this. I like quite a lot of beetroot in my juice. Don't be scared, it's not going to taste too earthy because you've got the lovely sweetness of the apple, so don't be scared about that. Now, a little ingredient that I've added in here, parsley, okay? A beautiful herb, you don't need that much. It's a powerhouse nutrition. Again, it's really powerful. Now, if you're using a fast juicer, you're gonna need more parsley than this because you're gonna pack your parsley in tight if you're using a fast juicer centrifugal. I'm using a cold press. Cold press juicers are now becoming more the vogue, more in, because people are understanding the quality of the juice is now becoming really important because they know they're going to juice on a regular basis. But whatever juice you're using, that's just a little tip. Same with the spinach, by the way. With a fast one, you want to sandwich it in between the 2 apples. So all we're going to do is we're going to juice. We're not going to juice the avocado. We're going to get onto that in a second. We have half a ripe avocado, beautiful and ripe. So we're just going to juice, first of all, the apple. And then look, if you've got a fast juicer, you would ordinarily just put the spinach in afterwards. Rich in chlorophyll. It's just sunlight energy trapped within this, going around your bloodstream. It's beautiful. So we're just going to add the spinach in there as well. But again, these kind of juices, slow juices, are designed for green leafy vegetables. Put the parsley in, feed an apple in behind that, and let it almost kind of juice itself. I don't want to force it too much. The idea of slow juicing is just that it extracts it slowly so that it doesn't create heat friction. Add the cucumber in. Add the piece de resistance, the beautiful beetroot. And do you know what? I used to never have any fruits or vegetables in my life at all. Overweight, heavy smoker, heavy drinker, really bad skin condition, really bad asthma. I never ate anything if it was live, if it was green, it wouldn't go near me. I can't believe now I'm saying the piece de resistance is raw beetroot. I don't know what's happened to me. It's like a different life away. But it's amazing what you can get used to and what becomes your life. Let that do its thing. You know, if you've got a slow juice, you want it to extract all the juice. And when it just starts to get a little bit thicker towards it, then you can turn it off and you kind of got all the juice from it. Now, I know that some people tip up their juicer because they just get every last ounce. It's entirely up to you, of course. There's the juice for it. Now, what we're going to do is we'll get our blender. It doesn't matter what kind of blender that you use. I use the Retro Super Blend, really like it. I'm going to add a bit of ice going in just to cool it down. It's not essential, but I don't like warm vegetable juice. That's just me personally. Must be ripe. You need a nice ripe avocado. Look on JuiceTube, there's a little tip. So when you find ripe avocados, you buy as many as you can, you chop them up, you freeze them, so you're ready. 'Cause you might be using frozen avocado now. Nothing wrong with that at all. But I'm using a nice ripe half an avocado going in here. They call it God's butter, you know. That's what they call this, God's butter. Loaded with vitamins, minerals, essential fatty acids. It's got amino acids, the building blocks for protein. One of the best forms of protein as well. People don't understand that. You always think it's meat and dairy. You've got something like avocado. It's a wonderful form of amino acids. It's amino acids that are the building blocks for protein. Think of some of the largest land animals on earth. They're all vegan. Bullocks, giraffes, buffalo, rhinoceros. So we just pour that in. That's what we do with the avocado. And again, what we're doing is that we're making sure that we just blend a little bit of the avocado. I haven't blended the beetroot. I haven't blended the apples. There are people with blenders like this, and you see little blender books, and they're saying to do that. They're saying add 2 apples in a blender and blend them up. It's too much insoluble fiber. But yet it seems to be the trend at the moment, and I think it's because people really don't understand. In fact, some of the books that you read with some of these products, you think they've never made a juice in their life. I mean, seriously, you start looking at them when they say 5 sticks of celery, 3 whole pears. Are you kidding me? What, in a blender? Now try and blend it up and try and drink it. You're going to be eating it with a spoon. It's awful. So 5 seconds is all we're going to do. 5 seconds with a ripe avocado. It's all it needs with a beautiful blender such as the Super Blend. Here we go. That is all we need. It doesn't take long. Again, we don't want to apply too much heat to this bad boy. I can see how thick this is already. I'm using a wine glass for this because this just lends itself. It's funny, you know, we use a wine glass. We kind of raise a glass to something like wine, but yet with something like this, we tend not to. We tend to put it in a regular glass, but why not? It's so thick, it's so rich, it's creamy. That's the avocado doing that. The color, of course, would normally be a much brighter red if we didn't add the avocado. So if you make a juice with just beetroot, for example, without the avocado, you get a bright red, but here it just dulls it slightly. You're not going to taste the parsley, but you have the goodness of the parsley in there. Spinach, again, just adds that kind of greenness is what we need. Loaded with vitamins and minerals, a whole host of other nutrients going in there as well. And it's got the bad boy avocado in. This is Beyond Detox, it's called, because most things with detox taste a little bit weird and a little bit detoxy, quite frankly. This is beyond that. It's gone way beyond that. You still got the benefits of a detox juice, but yet at the same time, it tastes incredible. It appears every single day on the 3-day juice challenge, and for good reason. There it is. Happy days. There it is.